And I'm so excited because right now I know that all of our beauty regimes have been suffering. So I brought two of my good friends, Edith and Murna, on the show today. And I'm so excited because right now I know that all of our beauty regimes have been suffering. So I brought two of my good friends, Edith and Murna, on the show today to talk to you guys about skincare, beauty, and how we can work on our inner self and the way that we look better on the outside. Yep. So welcome, girls.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. This is exciting.
Yeah. So as a duo, we're known as Melanated Wonderings. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So as a duo, Melanated Wonderings. And when did you, because you guys are doing something pretty cool in your social distancing. While some of us have been slackers, what have you been doing?
I'll let you.
Yeah. Well, we started a podcast. So it all came about because Edith is really good friends with two of my sisters, like best friends, and our families knew each other. And we'd come over and she'd always have these skincare products and I'd be talking with her about it. I'd be like, oh, but what about this? What about this? And then we were sitting on the couch one day and I just looked at her and I was like, why aren't we doing a podcast?
That's a great way for podcasts to start.
Yeah. And so with all this time with COVID-19, it was perfect. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So tell me what your podcast is called. It's Melanated Wonderings, right? And then you guys talk about
basically, so we have 2 episodes on right now. So we talk about skincare, beauty, basically taking care of yourself from the inside, outside. We might, drift a little bit and talk about certain beauty standards that the world has and our social pose or what we think of society as a whole, but we focus on mainly skincare and people of
that are melanated, however melanated you are.
I like it.
and people's beauty story, because I know one of the common things when we sat around talking about things like that is that it was so difficult for us to find products that work for us. And that's like no longer the case now, but there's so much information out there, and our friends come to us as like, what is a good product? What should we do this? And they're like, okay, well, let's educate the masses. Let's do the work for you. So that's,
I like it easy. Well, that's why I said, we have to have you on here because you guys both have amazing skin and we may be doing it wrong. Some of us may not be doing it at all, but our beauty routines, we're not going to like our estheticians and stuff like that. So tell us, we want to hear from you. Give us some tips and thoughts. You just start wherever you want to start. And then if I'm going to look and make sure if we have any questions, we'll get some questions and things like that. So share with us, what are we doing wrong or what should we be doing?
So we could just go over like a basic beauty routine and what like your skincare routine should look like on a daily basis. And this is for everybody, male, female, alien, doesn't matter. So you want to start with obviously cleansing your face, but I think a lot of people don't know that you're supposed to double cleanse, and most people don't even know what a double cleanse is. So when you're out in the world, well, even when you're inside, there's like certain things build up on your face. So you have oil, you have certain pollens, all this stuff in your face. So if you're only using like a cleanser that's its main ingredient is water, it's not taking off the oil because the oil is not being emulsified. So you want to use an oil first to take off, like break down the oils on your skin. That way when you're using your cleanser, it's taking off everything. So you can use a micellar water first and then your cleanser. And then after that, you know that your face is fully cleansed. Yeah. And then you can use a mask once or twice. You want to pamper yourself a week. Maybe not more than that. If you're using a sheet mask, that's a different story. But we'll talk more about that because now we have the time. Why not pamper yourself? I do.
Yes, we do.
So that's a different thing.
And micellar water. Like I never knew if that worked, but you guys like that?
Yeah, so a micellar water is like unique because it looks like the components of it, the chemistry of it, it looks like a Q-tip. So one end attracts oils, the other end attracts water. So it kind of breaks down both of them on your face. That way when you're using, you're actually taking off everything.
Okay, that's great information. All right, so guys, that's one big tip right there that we like. So what other things should we be doing?
Well, and you can also, if you want to use oil to take off, like I use coconut, you can use coconut oil or argan oil as that step if you don't have micellar water. But I wouldn't put coconut oil. I wouldn't leave it on your face because it can clog your pores. But yeah, so if some people I think oils work better for like if you have oily skin to take it off. And then the water works a little bit better if you just want to remove your makeup. And if you're absolutely lazy, sometimes like it's been a busy day, you could just use that and then wash your face.
Yeah.
But don't tell your dermatologist or esthetician or anybody else.
Yes. And you're not putting too much in your face. And micellar water just works great. Just
okay.
Because you're taking.
We all have those days, so
yeah. We all have lazy days, so it's fine. But then after that, you want to moisturize. Moisturizing is very important. It's key. And try to put on sunscreen. I know we think we're inside the house, so we don't need sunscreen, but like the rays are still coming in the house, so you want to put on at least some sunscreen, even when
that's a really great tip. I had no idea. So that's something. Everybody make ssure that you heard that she said we still need to be putting on our sunscreen.
Yeah, because we're going out for walks and I'm like,
did I put it?
Yeah, we see yeah, so I mean, everyone's still going out, so don't forget that. And I think before that, another thing we talked about on our podcast was how to determine what type of skin you have. I think like there's like two methods. Like there's the bare face where you wash your face and you just let it rest for like an hour and then touch your face and see how it feels. So tightness and like parchness means your skin is dry. Like if it's shiny, if you touch your forehead, your nose and your chin and it's shiny, then you have oily skin, or your cheeks. Then you have oily skin. But if it's just your T-zone, then you have either combination oily or combination normal. And most people have combination normal skin, but like I have combination normal with a shiny nose and
I'm just oily.
Yeah. So I think that's very important to determine what skin type you have.
Right.
Because that affects the routine that you do.
It determines what your routine will look like.
That's awesome. So now you guys were all stuck inside. What are some ways, because I know like a lot of moms and stuff, they've got their kids at home, and just all of us in general, we're like bored for one. And then two, some of times it's more stressful now. I feel like a lot of people are more stressed now than they were actually at work. So what are some things that we can do in our routine to make sure that we are using our time wisely, and that the people who used to go to the spa, used to go to the esthetician, can do to maintain our skin or even make it better? Because I feel like now, we talked about this a little bit, solidifying routines. So.
And I would say before you go, first of all, give yourself grace. Let's talk about that. Like, I think it's important to mentally just say, okay, well, this is a different situation, right? So the fact that I'm thinking about it, I'm dealing with it +1.
Right.
So I think start with that and then then pick the next thing that you want to tackle. I think so mentally, don't be too hard on yourself, because then you're not going to be able to think of the ideas and you might get overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's awesome. Especially too, I think like a lot of people, I feel, or I've heard, and I would imagine that's true, because I think our bodies work with us basically on how we feel. So like when you're stressed, you get a lot of breakouts. I know that at first when I rarely get breakouts, but when this all first happened, probably like a week into it, I started getting breakouts and I was like, what is this? Like new. And then I was like, I have that extra energy that like, you know what I mean? That's how my anxiety, and not even so much anxiety, but my frustration, I guess, with the situation comes out. It's like, I'm like, we got to do something, because this is a solution I can't fix, but I'm looking for ways to fix things. But my broke out and it was like right here. And I was like, what is that? And it was like, who am I? It was very weird, very weird. But thankfully I've been trying to work to like calm myself.
Yeah.
And even with that, like you can like stress acne is a real thing, because your body is producing a lot of cortisol, and that can cause you to break out. So it's consistency with your routine. If you're consistent with your routine and try to find ways to like not stress out.
Yeah. And I mean, to answer your question some more too, like I think one of the things too is now is a good time to involve your family and like, you know, like clean out your makeup, clean up your makeup brushes. You know, take turns. Maybe it's like
very relaxing things to
yeah.
do. Yeah.
Like everywhere.
Yeah, like take turns. Maybe it's your makeup brushes this time, and you can involve the little kiddos, you know, just take like dish soap and
olive oil
and clean them, you know, and maybe next time it's cleaning the tools, you know, you just never know. I would say like this is a great before getting to the skincare stuff, diet. So I totally understand what you mean about like stress. There was a time in my life I was like super stressed and nothing was working. I was like, maybe I should try my diet. So I think this is a good time to evaluate your diet. Like, you know, because skincare starts outside and in. Mm-hmm. So like, you know, like for instance, there's like lemon water, like every morning, lemon water hot water with lemons. That's really good. That's a diuretic that cleans out your system. It gets it activated. You can try like flavored waters. You know, that's a good time to mix. Like, you know, you could do like ginger.
Yeah. Oh, I love ginger.
Yeah, like ginger with lemonade. And if you really need that sugar, you really need some sweetness, add some sugar, you know, some cucumber, and like
try to get as much vitamins in. I don't get as much vitamins in my system, so like I have to like find different ways. So there's one that I take. It's called Beauty Collagen. Mm-hmm. This is like a pack because I am lazy, but it's great for like, it has a lot of great ingredients. It has like hyaluronic acid. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes like strawberry. So I just put this in my water and I try to drink like a full ounce of water with this every day. And it's great for like your hair, skin, and nails. So
so
we're gonna have to put that in the note, and the comments so everybody can know what that is, because I think that right there, I'm gonna need to get that. So
you can find like at a GMC.
Where did you come?
GMC, like the protein places. They usually have like the pinkest thing there is probably this.
Okay, so look for pink.
So step one, hydrate, like, because you're at the house. So like the bathroom's right down the corner. You don't have to worry about your coworker just blowing it up. You know,
grab that on the water, fill it up, and be like, I'm going to finish this today. Just take it with you.
So, and then the smoothies, we were talking about that too. Like, this is the time to determine how does your body react to what you're putting in it. So start juicing or making smoothies. There's so many recipes out there. I mean, we can drop you some that we do. Like Heather Lindsay, she's someone I follow, and she has a great smoothie recipe, like a green smoothie recipe. So figure out how long does it take for your body to digest the vegetables? Does it make you? Does it cause you to have gas, or are you fine?
Diarrhea.
Yeah, diarrhea.
All the things.
Exactly.
I feel like we've all been there. We've all like, I'm gonna do this healthy kick, and then we know we gotta have to be at our 9-to-5 jobs, and then it hits you, and you're like, what am I gonna do? Yeah, been there.
My dignity or my health, and honestly, my dignity.
Exactly. And especially since we're all going to be home, it's like good now I'm sure like the first week, everybody, had no idea how long it was going to be. Right. So everybody's like, okay, well, we can relax our eating a little bit. And, you know, like you veg out. But now is like a really good time. Like, depending on where you are, some people across the country have been in this, 30, 40 days almost. And you're seeing like, you want to make sure that you're taking care of your health, like you said, and getting those really solid routines, because it's going to show in your in your mood as well, and like you said, in your skin. So I think that's a really great idea, like you said, about really looking at your diet right now and assessing kind of where you are to make sure that you don't turn out and getting the quarantine 15. It's going to be quarantine 40 for a lot of people together.
Yes. And sometimes when you're like super stressed, you want to your body craves a lot of sweets. And that is like the worst thing for your body at that time. So just like, if you're craving something sweet, just don't go for any, what's it called? Sugar that's been
the processed
sugar. Don't go for processed sugar. Try to find something like healthy, like a healthy sweet, like and if like blueberries, grapes, and try to honey. It's a natural sweetener. You know,
go to the aisle. There's plenty of natural. Stevia is a good one. Yeah, and it, train your taste buds at this time.
That's true. I have a comment from Monica, and she said, "Hi, sisters." Hey, Monica. Thanks for tuning in.
I know. Love it. For that show of support.
So we were talking about kind of like the routines, and we've touched on diet a little bit. So what do you guys think are next steps for where we are?
Another thing to help you relax at home is try to give yourself a facial. I mean, we know you can't like go out and get a facial, but you can definitely give yourself a facial at home. And that's like an actual face facial. And you can give yourself a body facial as well, depending on like how much time you have.
Yeah.
We got a lot of time.
Yes, and it's just your loved one, so they can see you however they want to see you.
Exactly. And involve like your kids or your husband. Because some men out there, their skincare routine involves them using their body soap on their face. Now is the time to make sure that he's not like that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah. So. And that's one thing we do discuss on our podcast. Like we want to pull the men in. So we know it's not I think things have changed. So it's been in the past, like it's not masculine to have skincare, but I mean like so you go look saggy because the bottle's pink, like so this you know what I mean? So this is a good time as a family. I mean this could be something that you normally wouldn't bother to explore, but you can bring in the men and the children, you could get the children to cut the vegetables or you can
especially men that don't break out. Because they don't break out, they think, oh, my skin is fine. If you're not breaking out, it just means that you have dry skin. And if you're not taking care of your skin, it just means you're going to age very quickly. So,
oh, gosh. I will say, I'm very proud of my husband. He has a really good routine. His routine feels longer than mine. It's like long, but he cares about his skin, and I love it. I'm like, okay. So it's like you can see when he's like, oh, it's time to go to bed. But that doesn't mean time to go to bed. That means I got to start my routine, which is usually between 30 and 45 minutes long. Okay. But he's got like cream and everything. It's why he looks so young.
Yes.
And I feel like a guy's skincare routine should be longer because then you have to take care of your face and then the lower part of your face, which is like your beard. And that's like a different area altogether.
That's what he said. He was like, I gotta like get all this together. So yeah.
Right. So okay.
I love that. That's great.
So and so you're saying what are some face masks that you can do? So first cleanse your face, right? Because you don't want to put a mask on a dirty face.
That's very important. Yeah. Well, I'll let you do so she can handle like what to use for like dry skin, and then I'll talk about what to use for like if you have like oily combo skin.
So do you think I'm probably dry skin? Like you said, when I wash my face and cleanse my face really good, it usually is that kind of tightness. So I probably have dry skin.
Well, it also depends on what kind of cleanser you're using. What kind of cleanser are you using?
Oh, I don't want to give.
Well,
so I'm using a Mary Kay. It's like a something, but only when it's really dry. When I use what is it? The green mask that you use for everything. The Indian clay mask. I'll use that when I break out. Like when I had this situation, I was like, 2 days. I'm sure that's wrong. I'm sure it's.
So you're actually leading into one of the masks that we use. So there's that's the bentonite clay mask, and then there's a red one. Yeah. Okay. So it's doing its job. It's taking away the dirt and the oils from your skin. So it does leave your skin tight. So what you want to do, you want to follow up with that is something that's hydrating and nourishing. So I use the gray one, right? The bentonite one.
I use my routine. I use a clay. I like to use a red clay mask and the L'Oreal Pure. What's it called? L'Oreal Pure Clay. The red one is really great, especially when I'm breaking out. And a lot of my breakout comes from like hormonal stuff. So I have to make sure that I'm taking care of my skin during that time. So I put on the clay mask, and once I take it off, I wait. I don't put it on for too long. If it says 10 minutes, I'm taking it off at exactly 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I leave mine for 20.
So
so see, I did that the other day, and Kelly's like, "You still have that on?" I'm like, "I think it's fine." It was like 20 minutes later. It might have went on to 30, but
especially with like a dry mask, you want to be very careful because once it's done its job, then it's just overworking and it's gonna like take off the things that you need on your face.
That might have been what happened.
Yeah. So like the red is a little bit gentler, so that's why she uses the red, and she has oily skin, so she doesn't want to push her skin into producing more oil.
Yeah.
So usually after a clay mask like that, I like to follow with something nourishing. So I like to do like honey and like argan oil, which is like anti-aging. So that's what, or do a hydrating serum. So like that's very key. So if your skin feels tight after you've used something, then you need to hydrate it. Yeah. Moisturize it. Yeah. So that's some of my favorite masks. Like I'll just do like honey and I'll put an oil and I'll put it on my face for like 10 or 15 minutes. You could do coconut, you could do argan, you could do grapeseed. Sometimes
I like that.
I won't say that, but I was like, let me not encourage anything. These are suggestions. We've done our research. We're not skincare experts, but we can tell you these are the certain oils that work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like oils are great for dry skin. On the other hand, if you have oily skin, just avoid it. So you want to like, if you're using a clay mask, take that off. Then you want to also rehydrate your skin, but you want to go with something that's more a water base. So you want to go with something that has first couple of ingredients should be water. So I love a sheet mask. So you can find a hydrating sheet mask. And I found that what's been working great for my skin to make sure it's not overworking and overproducing sebum is I try to use a sheet mask like once a day. And I understand it's not climate conscious because obviously once you're done, you have to like throw away the sheet mask. So if you don't want to use a sheet mask, it's basically like a serum. So you want to look for hydrating stuff. So I'm from Honey Mask. That's a really great mask. Okay. First couple of ingredients is honey, and honey is really great to like rehydrate your skin, tighten it. I also try to look for a mask that has or serums that have niacinamide in it. Try not to put any oils on the skin afterwards because when you have oily skin and you're putting oils on top of it, your skin is still producing sebum and it's oily skin, so it's going to produce more than the average person. Once that produces and the oils are on top of it, it's just going to clog your pores and cause more acne. So I try to avoid like oils, but oils are great for someone with dry skin because it helps to really rehydrate. Whereas you want to go for like a more water-based hydration for oily skin.
So we really should be looking at the labels on our stuff.
Yeah, and if grocery store wise, like so, if you want to make an at-home at-home mask, avocado is nourishing. Then you've got also you could do oatmeal.
It's okay. I got you.
Oatmeal. English was not my first language. But you have to
know that this whole conversation, I don't think anybody knew that English was not their first language.
I'm telling you. But I like to ground up the oats because you have to be careful the consistency of the products that you put on your skin. So I avoid sugar in any mask that you make because on granulated sugar on your face because it's like it'll do like micro tears on it. Yeah, so like if you're gonna make a mask, I usually go for coffee and baking soda and oats. Yeah, and oats is very soothing and coffee is it's like an anti-inflammatory and it has antioxidants in it. Yeah, so like if you want to hydrate your skin, I would go for like oats, honey. That's why I'm always saying honey also it evens
honey
your
is incredible.
Yeah, it evens your skin tone too.
Wait, honey this?
Yes, girl. Let me tell you about honey.
And oats is great if you have like dry skin because people with dry skin tend to like once you get over dry, you lean towards having eczema. And oats are great for like soothing the skin, rehydrating it, especially if you have dry skin.
Yeah, so like do like oats and honey and I think in water, or you could do the oats and honey and like the argan oil, which is like anti-aging. So you leave it on for like 10 to 15 minutes and then you wash it off your face. And then follow with your moisturizer and your sunscreen or your toner. Sorry.
No.
Moisturizer.
If you want to use toner is for if you want a very long facial process. Toner comes right after you've washed your face, right? Then you can really get into that like 13-step process.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? I've been trying to do a whole 13-step process. So like, you guys have been here. So I have my like little office, my little she office.
Yeah.
And my little thing. So I got like a foot thing, like the little foot massager / so you could do your pedicure things.
Right.
And like, I'm trying to do the whole process. So I have like a, hour, and then like I watch a show, like some BBC shows while I'm like getting myself together. So the only thing was knowing the right mask, and now you guys are helping. Now I am interested in this. So I feel like, like we don't get to go out right now, so we don't get to have our Nash Bash date nights. But I think, now Kelly might not like this, but I think we could do a spa day.
Yes.
What say you people? What say you? So I think that would be cool though, right? I mean, like, so could we do some of the same, like, I think he probably has regular skin. I don't even know what that means, but not like too oily, not too dry.
So
if I were to
skin,
normal skin, and I'm probably a little bit more towards dry, which you maybe. So could we both use the same or similar ingredients?
So I think so you guys finish washing your face, you could do like a toner. Then you could honestly, for him, you could give him like a simple like facial mask, which you can make at home. Or you could buy from the store. There's if you don't want to use like a clay mask, you can use one of those hydrating green masks that you find at CVS stores, and then just put that in. Try to find good ingredients within the face mask that's healthy for the skin. And once that's done, then you can use a sheet mask depending on what his is. So simple water boost hydrating mask. That's great for like dry skin, normal skin, and oily skin. And you can find that at any CVS or Amazon or Walmart, honestly. So
I have a question for you guys. Monica wants to know, what is the red mask called?
It's the L'Oreal. Let me look at the name. It's L'Oreal Pure Clay mask. So it has like a green cap, and it's red. It's like a glass, and it's red on the inside, but it's by L'Oreal, and you can pretty much find it anywhere.
Okay. And then we have another one from my friend Kimber, and she says she's doing all organic body products and food. Are there any products that you guys would recommend that are like all organic products?
Complete clean, like she wants to buy the product, she wants to make it home.
Let's say clean, or like you've given us some that maybe you could do in the kitchen, but are there some that you can just grab off the shelf if you're really busy that have majority clean products?
So that one's okay. So the easiest way I would say for that is there's an app called Think Dirty. Just because there's so many different organic products that depending on what store you go to. So download Think Dirty, and it has over like 1 million products, and it has a lot. I was just on it earlier today, and it has a lot of organic products that are organic skincare products that are found in stores. And you can go buy like cleansers, you can go buy moisturizer, and it'll let you. It rates how clean it is, and so that has a lot of organic products. And I'll just look up some here.
There's Clean Fresh, which I believe is by CoverGirl.
Yeah,
that one you can find in most grocery stores.
You said Clean Fresh?
Yeah, Clean Fresh. So it's vegan, and that's a pretty good start off point.
Your Target and your Publix and your Kroger's are going to have those organic products that you're looking for.
And also, then you have like the more expensive brands. Honestly, when you start to go more completely clean beauty, they get super expensive. So like some of the clean beauty brands that I use is Drunk Elephant, and I know their products are not cheap. Like the cheapest stuff I have from them is like $80. So
okay, but you feel like you get the results.
Yes. So because I have like really acne prone, sometimes cystic acne, if I take care of my skin. And the AHA BHA facial that comes in like, it's a little white bottle with a pink cap. That's a really great facial that I use. It's very potent. So if you've never used like a chemical facial before, I would say be careful with it.
Okay. So we'll see. That's for the advanced people.
Yeah. And
less advanced.
Well, and Burt's Bees, Burt's Bees is good. And
Tatcha is also great.
Yeah, Tatcha is good. Dr. Bronner's is pretty good. You just have to make sure you dilute their stuff. That you can find it at the stores. But yeah, so so I mean, those are just a few things, but I would say download that app.
Okay.
Think Dirty. Okay. Yeah, and I'm telling you. And you can scan it. It also lets you scan the product and the barcode. Yeah,
like vegan and stuff.
So that's a really good tip. We're gonna have to like link that for sure. My mom-in-law, who's always been hip, she's been doing oatmeal for like ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she also, way to go, mom-in-law.
And if you want to, like, if she wants to go like completely clean, there like other stuff you can use in the house. You just have to research the ingredients. I used to use a protein. If I want to do a protein mask, I'll just use egg whites. So you beat it with egg whites, and then you use it on your face, and it's very brightening. And once you take it off, you can actually feel it like, I wouldn't say dry out your skin, but it tightens your pores. So if you have enlarged pores, it really tightens your pores.
So basically what you're telling me is the 12 eggs that I have right now are not enough. And I'm going to eggs for this weekend.
We're talking about how we used to love using, like, I try not to use like food products in the house anymore because I don't know, it's a little guilty because like I'm here. It's like such a first world country problem. It's like, I'm beating this egg to put on my face and then wipe it off and throw it away. And
we're doing like a podcast on our show about our first world problems pretty soon, and that's going to be pretty interesting of how we're coping. But yeah, I mean it is. But like right now, because you can't go out, and honestly, you can't, if you go online, I think we even kind of discussed this a little bit. If you want to order something, either that's not something that seems essential. I mean, skincare is essential. You want your skin to look good. Right. But I think, like you guys said, some people they don't want to order that sort of thing from keeping other people from getting like their food products, that sort of thing. Yeah. But you guys are giving us really good things that they can do at home and that you can use like that are just in your kitchen. So that's really good. And then the other thing I was going to ask you guys is we talked about the body mask. How do you do it?
Okay, so for body mask,
naked.
Okay, all right.
Wait for the bra on there. But I think I used to love taking like baths like twice a week when I used to think I was, very bougie. But
what has changed?
Nothing has changed.
There's something different.
But a great body mask is a sugar scrub. So if you want to get your skin really soft, get like some brown, like the granulated brown sugar. Try to go for the cheaper stuff because you're gonna wash it off, and then there's no need for organic, honestly. So because you just need the actual brain. So I try to go for like granulated brown sugar. I put a little bit of honey that I have, and then like I try to find oils that I have. So it's rose hip oil,
which is for even skin tone and anti-aging.
Yeah, and then I would use like a bunch of different oils. My favorite was like lavender, rose hip. I'd put that in, and you can actually make like a tub of it and keep in the house.
You can.
Yeah, you can make like a tub of it. So you like get like one of those empty containers that you have that you're not using anymore. Pour in the sugar, put in some honey, put like all the essential oils that you want, right? And then just mix it up. And then once you're in the shower, just put it in the shower. Use it. And then you can use that like as a body scrub. And once you're done, rinse that off. And because sometimes I just don't, putting on lotion just seems like a very, very long process. So I just...
That's a good pro of having oils in your body mask because you.
Yeah. Once you're done, you're done, and then you just pat yourself dry, and you go.
So let me ask you this, because this has been the biggest thing for me is I don't really use any non-organic soaps or any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I use all organic soaps and stuff like that. So either the soap is like hand milled or whatever. But as far as like, I know that there's a lot of people who just like the body washes. Are there any ones that you guys like that are pretty clean, or should we kind of defer to the app? But I wanted to see if you guys had any that you really liked, or what do you guys use to keep your skin looking nice and shiny? And for all of my Black people out there, because we don't like to be ashy, and we cut that one step, it cuts a good 20 minutes.
Right.
What can we do?
So with body wash, I use the the big
Dr.
Barnes. So that's really clean.
Dr. Barnes.
Dr.
Bonners.
So I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's usually at like the bottom of the shelf and like
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's like you can buy like it's a huge bottle. It's around $12 to like $20, and it's you can use it on your body. You could use it you can actually mix it and use it as a cleaning product because it's very clean.
Oh wow.
So that's a body wash that I use, and I know that it's clean because I've read through the ingredients.
Okay.
And then that's actually been the only body wash I've used for like a decade now.
Yeah, and because you English, I think that
when you speak your native tongue.
Yeah, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. Lush is really good. Lush has great products. Dove, and Dove is they're really on a push to clean up. To clean up their products a little bit more. And then this one's a hit or miss. Shea Moisture.
Okay.
Hit or miss, but I really
depending on what you pick up.
Right. So that's another one. And I like to, if it gets overwhelming and I can't tell what products is clean, I always like to go back to oils and putting that in on my body, or putting that on the body mask.
And honestly, cleansers are great, but you have to understand, like, especially with like a body wash, its job is to like take off the dirt, and then once it's gone, you're washing it off. So you want to focus on the more clean ingredients that are staying on your body.
Yeah.
That's a huge tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't have to like spend too much money on like body wash, because then it's gonna be gone. You're just gonna wash it off. So focus on like cleaner ingredients for the stuff that you're actually keeping on your skin. Same thing for your face as well. So
like your lotions and stuff.
So like your moisturizer, what you're using to hydrate your face, just like the key things, because those are the ones that are staying on your face, and those are the ones that are doing the hard work.
See, you guys have given us so much information. So now here's the part of the show where I ask you guys, what have you, now you guys didn't tell people, you were going to give us a little makeup. Like what, so we've been talking about Zoom, because that was going to be my next thing. How are you guys doing your Zoom calls? What are you doing to prep for your Zoom calls when you don't want to do a whole deal?
So this is our Zoom face.
I love it. Hashtag Zoom face for any question that you have for them.
Zoom face.
So I'll tell you about, just so I can sneak my turmeric mask in here.
Oh yeah. Before we go into that, we did talk about, she has a whole ordeal of like turmeric body mask that she does.
But I've gotten everybody in the house on it. So
it is really good.
That will help you with your Zoom face. It like brightens like your natural tone. And I got it from Jenny Ma. I always say her name wrong on the reel. But it's turmeric, it's coconut oil or coconut cream, it's honey, it's lemon, and you mix it up and you put it on your body, and I'm telling you, you'll be so bright and so shiny and so glowy. Leave it on for an hour. That people are just going to be like, what? But you have to be careful because turmeric gets everywhere.
Yes, be careful. I would say if you're going to like do it on your body, try to have things that you don't mind getting turmeric on, because it's not coming off.
Yeah. And so then this is a disclaimer for all you mommies out there. If you were trying to look for a time to do this turmeric wonder body mask, just make sure that there's somebody to watch your kids as you lock yourself in the bathroom. The latest new show that's like kind of like Down Abbey and a nice glass of whatever you drink or a mocktail.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. Or you have it.
Or take out the turmeric and give them their version, because all the other ingredients are you can put on your skin. So with the lemon and the honey, so it's up to you what you want to put on your
so you can put the turmeric on you. You know the kids are gonna run around, so maybe don't put the turmeric on them, but you do like the kid version. That way they can, like, if they are tired or bored, they can run around and go away. And you can, have your moments.
But back to Zoom face.
But back to our Zoom face.
Tell everybody to get ready for Zoom face.
So with I try to make sure, because we're Black girls here. Yeah, I gotta make sure first things my hair is done. So
oh yes,
there's nothing worse than having natural hair and your edges is not laid. Like, what is happening?
You don't even understand what's happening.
So that's like number one rule for me. I have like 5 rules. So I try to, like, the 5 things I have to do is I have to make sure like my hair is done. So if I have to put it, like, in a professional side of bun, and then make sure my edges are down and they look nice, right? And then if you have no eyebrows like me, because my eyebrows like stop right there, and then like fill them in, very like minor, like a little fill in. That way it frames your face properly.
Right. You don't look surprised about everything that they're saying.
Right. Or you don't look like, especially when I do my brows, I just look like someone's child who's 12 and they're like, "Where's your mommy?" So
yeah,
have a brow done. And before I even do my brows, sometimes I'll put on a sheet mask. That way, I can take it off and my face will look bright and glowing and nice.
And those ingredients we mentioned, like maybe put honey on your face for 15 minutes and then wipe it off, because it's gonna give it that glow.
Brightening effect.
That's when you do your mask, right? Okay. For your Zoom face. Yeah. So you
do your mask, then do your brows, then make sure you put moisturizer, sunscreen on, and then a little bit of mascara, and that's it. That's it for me.
You'll be the prettiest belle of the Zoom call.
Yes, and if you want to put foundation. Yeah.
I mean,
or good time to try falsies. No one can see how you put them on.
What's funny is I've heard most people don't want to do the full look, so it's
because it's too much work to take it off afterwards.
It is. I see a lot of people who are more comfortable with their skin after we get out of this.
Yeah,
especially the advice that you guys have given us today. So, can I ask you guys this? What are some of the things that you feel that you've learned about being quarantined? I mean, like that are things that you're like, okay, I'm going to keep this when I get out of this box of.
Zoom face is one, because I've learned that a mask can do wonders for you. So, throw on a mask. Finish it, and I've actually learned a lot of ingredients. So doing all this research, I have this time to do all this research about ingredients of products that are good for your skin. And one tip that I learned this quarantine time is surfactants. Like, so if you have like oily skin, the first 4 products on most facial wash is surfactants, and that's what makes your face feel squeaky clean. Your face doesn't need it. So it has no benefits. It's just there to make you feel clean. So you don't really need it. So it just strips your skin and you're just like, okay, so clearly I don't know why this is here. So that's the one thing I'm going to be taking out of most of my skincare products is first 10 ingredients is surfactants, it's gone. So
that's fantastic. What about you, Murna?
That's a good question. I think really the quest for knowledge and the time to actually to do it. So I've been reading a lot, and then also just I've paid really good attention to my thought process. So like how do I think about things? How do I process? Is this the best way, or this is a good way? So I think that's one of the really good things that have come out here, like really deepening my knowledge, my love of beauty and skincare, and also just how I operate within the world, because it's contained, right? Because there's only like 3 or 4 other people. So I'm like, okay, cool. This is good practice when I go out in the world.
That's awesome. Well, now let everybody know where they can find you guys on social media, and and where your podcast is, that they can like go and download you guys to check it out.
So our podcast is actually available wherever you listen to podcasts. So we're in Spotify, we're in Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and 5 other places that we're not quite sure, but we're pretty much in most places.
I feel like so they go to Anchor. I think that's like they may have the list there, but there are like a lot of ones that I think it's like a total of maybe 10 total that they do and support. So you guys find them. It's Melanated Wonderings. You've got to check them out. And is there a social media that you guys want to shout out?
Yeah, we're on Instagram, Melanated Wondering. Send us your questions. If you had additional questions from here, please send it to us, and we're happy to do the research or share our knowledge with you.
Yeah, and we'll be posting products that we like on there on our Instagram as well. So gives you guys a chance to check it out.
Well, then we may have to make sure that we put the link to your social media, because I'm sure that you're going to have a lot of questions, especially on like the replay of this and all of that other good stuff. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. I miss you guys.
I know, we miss you.
Oh my meetings has been.
If I had known the last time I was going to see you was going to be the vision board party and things like that, we would have had to do something in between.
Yeah.
I mean, that just is like a bummer. That's probably the most part that I hate, is that not getting to be around my friends and do our normal like get together and things like that. But we're going to stay in contact, and maybe we'll get you guys back to be on the show. But you guys, we were talking about what if we did a virtual beauty spa? Would that be something that you're interested in? Where we can get live talks with Murna and Edith and them tell us kind of what we do. And it's girls only for this one, but you can wear your face mask freely, and we can have a big Zoom party and talk about all the things beauty, and you can ask them questions in person. If that's something that you would like to see, then definitely let us know, and we will see what we can do. Right, ladies?
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
We would love to have a
I like that. We'll not even have to get a DJ out there.
You know a couple.
Oh, well, there you go. Is this the one beside you? Is she a DJ?
No, that's her best friend. My sister's a really good DJ. That's what comes with having so many siblings. Someone's good at something.
Other sisters, I said hello for us. Okay. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. And guys, next week we've got 2 shows coming up. On Monday, we're going to have my friend who's a financial planner. He's super, super smart. So we're going to talk about financial planning, things like that. Bring your questions on Monday. It's going to be really great. And then on Friday, you guys, we're going to get Zen with Heather Neves. She's amazing. She's a yoga instructor. She's like all very much like, let's get in touch with ourselves and our minds and get focused and relax. So you guys, stay tuned for that. But thank you, Edith and Murna, for being here on Candidly COVID. And I will see you guys hopefully soon.
Yay.
Bye, guys. Thanks for checking in.